Welcome back to my Everyday in 2025 series, where I meticulously pick apart every single day in 2025 when it relates to my entire journey on Nitro Type and events that happen within the community and the game as a whole. This is the month I will be reaching 500,000 lifetime races, 3 months earlier than I was expecting to. So I currently sit here September 1st of 2025 at 483,500 total lifetime races. I did 700 races today, so I started the day at 482,800 total races. Now, if we go into the event tab, we got a new achievement that dropped today. It's the Honor Roll achievement. It's the official name tag, which honestly, it looks pretty cool. It's a bunch of books. And of course, the nameplate down here at the bottom is the book binding of one of them. It's pretty cool, I guess. But I'm gonna keep with my regular stuff until everything else comes out. I've decided. September 2nd of 2025, I'm at 485,100 total lifetime races, having done another 1,600 races in the day, making that now my 30th 1,000 race session of the year. A friend of mine who also grinds Nitro Type a lot, his name is Tarif. He is going to do a grind to 250,000 races he plans on finishing by next September. September 3rd of 2025, I'm at 485,600 total lifetime races, having done another 500 races in the day. We got a new achievement over here in the event. It's the Heat Line. By the way, this is the car that Tariff showed me all the way back when I was doing that 1,000 race session with him at the very end of July. So yeah, it's a 30 session achievement. 30 race session achievement. September 4th of 2025, I'm at 486,400 total lifetime races, having done 800 races in the day. Now, originally, I normally do 700 races most of these days, but I did 800. First, a freak tariff out, and second, because he did over 1,000 yesterday, and I kind of have to keep up with him this month because I want to do more races than him in the month of September, and he's not making that very easy for me, but luckily, I like a challenge. September 5th of 2025, my 487,100 total lifetime races, having done another 700 races in the day. At the bottom, I'm going to show the progress, the Tarif and I struggle to see who can race more in the month. I'm going to have it screenshotted passively across the bottom. Won't mention anything about it until, of course, the end of the month. And, of course, this is the week we're Similarly, we're going to be fighting in leagues. Tarif will pull ahead of me because I stopped racing earlier than I did the previous day. September 6th of 2025, I'm currently at 487,684 total lifetime races, having done another 584 races in the day. Of course, Tariff demolished me in the leaks today because apparently work decided to make me stay for a total of 8 hours. That was fun to deal with. September 7th of 2025, I'm currently at 488,660 total lifetime races, having done another 976 races in the day. Of course, Tariff and I were still neck and neck. Despite all of those thousands of. I've done over 1,000 races, and Tariff is still 900,000 XP ahead of me. He's gone nonstop since I kept going nonstop myself. Holy crap. September 8th of 2025, I'm currently at 489,400 total lifetime races, having done another 740 races in the day. The first 40 races done during the day was at the very far tail end of my 31st 1,000 race session of the year. A couple of days ago, the event dropped another achievement where I had to do 42 races for 1.5 million cash. Oh, and Team SSH, I don't even know how long ago, probably sometime at the end of August, reached 10 million total races. The first ever fully legit team to do such a thing. September 9th of 2025, that is now 491,181 total lifetime races, having done another 1,781 races during a single session, making that the 31st 1,000 race session of the year. September 10th of 2025, I'm currently at 492,328 total lifetime races, having done another 1,137 races in the day, something like that. It's all in separate sessions. The first bit of it was in the end of a 2K session I did, and then I did a 700 session, and now I'm at a 231 session. September 11th of 2025, I'm currently at 493,100 total lifetime races, having done yet another 700 races in the day. I realized I haven't shown you the update between Tarif and I for the league. This is my new PB league right here by about 800, maybe 900,000 XP. I mean, this is Terra's current PB league with 1.1 million more than my PB. September 12th of 2025, I'm at 494,000 lifetime races, having done another 900 races in the day. I have finally passed the banned botter named Flood in lifetime races. He bought the 20,000 race session and got banned at 493,392 total lifetime races. Here's a screenshot of him I found here. Going over to the event, a new achievement finally dropped here where we get a Ferris Flyer title, which is actually a reference to Ferris Bueller if you have ever seen that movie. You got to use 20 nitrous in order to get it. And then, of course, the league. Tarif and I were going neck and neck the entire week, and we finally came out at the very end. Tarif with a new PB. Me, also the new PB. Thank you for that, cash, random person. And, yeah, it was a lot. But this next week will be a lot more. Just trust me on that. September 13th of 2025, I'm at 494,500 total lifetime races, having done another 500 races in the day. I've started the grind against now Titanium Tendons, who was banned at 526,505 total lifetime races, so you'll see me talk about him as soon as I pass him, probably sometime in November. Or late October, early November, sometime like that. I forgot to mention this on the previous recording, but during the day of September 12th, I reached 100 million lifetime experience. September 14th of 2025, I'm at 495,300 total lifetime races, having done another 800 races in the day. I'm going to show the leak between Tarif and I for pretty much this entire time to see exactly how much we do, because this could very well be a contender for personal best, which so far was last week for both of us. September 15th of 2025, I'm currently at 495,900 total lifetime races, having done only another 600 races in the day. Today's the day the second to the last event achievement drops. For 100,000 XP, you get 2 million Nitro type cash. September 16th of 2025, I'm now at 497,200 total lifetime races, having done another 1,300 races in the day. Won't count for another 1K session this month because they were split up into 3 separate sessions, one of them being 500 and 2 of them were 400 in length. September 17th of 2025, I'm at 498,612 lifetime races as of the end of the day, at midnight actually. And that would be a total of 1,412 races throughout the day. No new 1K session of the year because my biggest session today was 800, but I also had 2 other sessions that are 400 and, well, about 200 in lengths, respectively. September 18th of 2025, I'm currently at 499,647 total lifetime races. At least that's the race I was at midnight. That was another 1,035 races in the day. And, of course, most of the first part of this was most of a 1,000 race session. My 32nd of the year, by the way. Going over to the event page, actually, we'll see that the final event came in. The achievement for the event came in. 100 session races for the title valedictorian. Not only that, but I was able to pull ahead Tarif in leagues and for the month, as you can see at the bottom there, because of his job that suddenly got a bunch of shifts now after everything that's happened in the world. September 19th to 2025, I'm at 500,350 total lifetime races, having done another 703 races in the day. So much has happened today. First of all, you can see I finally made it past 500,000 mark. I did that in the Friends race that I've been planning for months at this point to include Wildflower. Honestly, was my top priority on that matter. To get to Wildflower, I had to talk to her through Pinky One, who is a fellow PR2W staff, if you will. It was my best way of communicating with Wildflower, and it actually worked out pretty well. We started by trying to get her onto my track, but unfortunately got some people also joined my track. So instead, we migrated over to Tarif's track, and thanks to my communication with Wildflower through Pinky One, we were able to get everyone onto Tarif's track. And here is the result. So I got in the race with, of course, there's me, because I'm the one who got 500,000 races. And then, of course, my friend Tarif, Daymare, who's going to help me get the Wild 500, hence my display name, by the way. And then, of course, the star of the show, Wildflower herself. Probably the coolest thing I've ever been able to pull off while doing 500,000 races. Pinky One was in there just because, she helped me get Wildflower in there. And, of course, Mercy was originally trying to be in there, but he couldn't be in there, so we had to improvise a little bit. And Mighty's reaction was kind of priceless. Because, he can't do that legitimately. But, yeah, there's the screenshots. hear of that and funny interaction. September 20th of 2025, I'm at 500,801 total lifetime races, having done another 451 races in the day. Today's the last day of smaller sessions. I'm going to get back to doing giant sessions because, well, I am just behind Tariff. Not just, I'm ahead of Tariff in the races for the month of September, but in points, on the other hand, I am just behind him. I could very easily catch up to him if I lock in, which I'll start doing tomorrow. September 21st of 2025, I'm at 501,500 total lifetime races, having done another 699 races in the day. Now I got a bundle a couple of times. There's two different bundles that came in. One of them had this car called the Heat Line, I believe that's what it's called. It's screenshotted here. Of course, I got the Back to School 2025 bundle with the new pencil looking car. Forget what that's called. And oh yeah, Wildflower sent me cash for me getting 500,000 races. As far as I know, Wildflower doesn't send cash outside PRTW that often. Oh, and Tariff spent pretty much the whole day asleep because he's had so many shifts at the State Farm Stadium in Glendale, I believe, Arizona. All related to the Charlie Kirk Memorial thing that they did at the football stadium over there, by the way. So yeah, because of that, I've had time to not only catch up to Tariff, but pull ahead of him in both races and points for the month. September 22nd of 2025, I'm at 502,200 total lifetime races. I have done another 700 races in the day. Now, Tariff finally started to do some races because, he basically had no time to play Nigel's Life at all within the last 5 days. That being, say, September 18th was 22nd, which is today. Just because of the fact that Charlie Kirk's memorial did happen at State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona. But he's finally able to start racing now, so you can see his points finally started going up. But I'm still about 2,000 races ahead of him for the month. September 23rd of 2025, now at 503,000 total lifetime races, having done another 800 races in the day. This is officially now the third month in a row where I reached 20,000 races in the month. Here's a screenshot of that. And of course, on Star Trek, it also shows I made it to 20,000 races this month. It's 700, shows 700 races less than what my stats page does on Type because it started counting races for the month of September on the very last day in the month of August because of weird differences in time zones or whatever. Star Trek doesn't do that. It's only 2 hours off, so yeah, most of the races I did during the first of the month were counted as the first of the month rather than the second day of the month, like on Night Time. It's confusing. September 24th of 2025, I'm at 503,600 total lifetime races, having only done 600 races in the day. Now, today is quite the occasion because if you see here, I got the Wild 500. And then, of course, today, like usual, I'm up against Tariff in the month, and we're only 246 points apart. That's like 1.5 races worth of points right there. Um, we are so close right now, man. If only I did a couple more races, but I didn't want to because I like the way my race count looks, man. September 25th of 2025, my 504,300 total lifetime races, having done another 700 races in the day. I have rearranged my garage, and now this is what my King of the Race row looks like. I had to bump the Liberty 67 Shellback down here. That is the first King of the Race car you get at 250 races because I had to make room for the Wild 500 in its rightful place right next to the Wildflower. Also, the competition between Tarif and I this month is getting pretty intense. I started the day at just 300 points ahead of him. Now I'm nearly 100,000 ahead of him and rapidly approaching 3 million for the month of September. September 26th of 2025, I'm at 505,500 total lifetime races. That's a bit of a mouthful. I did 1,200 races today, all in one session, making that my 32nd 1,000 race session of the year. Not only that, but well, I've pulled quite a ways ahead of Tariff for the month. You can see it down at the bottom. September 27th of 2025, I'm now at 506,200 total lifetime races, having done another 700 races in the day. Now, Tariff did a 1,000 race session today, which means he has officially made it to 3 million points for the month. As for me, I've done, well, only 700 races, but during my 1,200 session the previous day on the 26th, I got, as of then, a new personal best month. Here's a screenshot of it after today's session. Yeah, no, 24,110 is only the beginning of the end of the month. We'll see how much further it goes, and I'll show you at the very end of today's video. September 28th of 2025, I finished off just at midnight with 506,793 lifetime races, with just 593 races in the day. Also, this is probably one of the highest numbers I've ever seen in my race logs. It's 69,125 races, but that doesn't mean I'm not going to make that go even higher with the next day. I'll show you what it is by then. Other than that, well, the Back to School 2025 event is about to come to a close. You can actually see here with a few screenshots I have of it. Now it says 0 days left. I don't think I was able to see that last time, so I fell asleep right away. On top of that, I did very well. Like, I maintained a very significant lead in the community created leaderboard for this event. Now, there's only a very specific amount of teams in the Star Trek database, but I still did pretty well with everyone else in there. It was like out of my head by like 700,000 XP, 35,000 races during the whole event. And on top of that, I I don't think I've ever shown this, but here's the racetrack, just for documentation purposes and history and all that stuff. And there's a cool little banner across the bottom where it shows this artwork pretty much. It looks pretty good, I do have to be honest. Normally, Nitro Type would rely on AI generated stuff, but this one looks genuine, honestly. It's pretty cool. September 29th of 2025, I finished off the day at 507,688 total lifetime races, having done another 895 races in the day. Yeah, it's a 900 session that I did, but some of it lasted until after midnight, as you can see here. So yeah, that's basically how that played out. Well, today is interesting because, well, it's the first day without the Back to School 2025 event, and Tarif was able to pass me up in points during the month of September by racing overnight. September 30th of 2025, I'm now at 508,400 total lifetime races, having done another 700 races in the day. All right, this is editing going here. It turns out I made a little mistake there. It was actually 712 races, since I actually forgot. My session from the previous day continued after midnight, so that was technically on September 30th, which is why there's a bit of a discrepancy. My bad. Today officially marks the end of September, which means, well, I did more races than Tariff this month, which is what I originally set out to do. He did beat me in points, so I guess we both won in that regard. But yeah, I did 25,000 or so races this month, 17,000 nitros used. This is by far the most active month ever, actually. I don't know if I'll do any more months as crazy as this. Doesn't mean I'll stop doing 20,000 race months, but I guess you have to see tomorrow in my future installments of every day in 2025, yeah? But that's not all for now, because, again, tomorrow I will show you my entire journey in the month of October of 2025.